What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of my HLTV Fantasy. Today we are looking at Pinnacle Fall Series 2 regionals. Here are the teams. Very simple. Win 3 games out of maximum of 5 and you're through. Quite simple. Here's how it went last time around, if you want proof that being the format. I also just realized that I Am New York 2020 NA Fantasy went live as well. I'll probably make a video about that tomorrow or the day after because I don't have too much time today. But I have time to squeeze this one in. Very interesting that there's no teams that I usually pick, right? A lot of these teams are those that I wouldn't pick in a regular fantasy, which is fun because it means I get to pick some players and teams who I wouldn't usually. That makes for some more interesting combinations. If you want to look at the most picked players, Eternal Fire makes a lot of sense, right? As a pick, a lot of Eternal Fire pickers. In this one, they have a lot of potential for the against like this level of opposition. There's no doubt about that. Where they're playing first off, Kova. They should beat Kova. Let's be honest here. Even though I'm a Finnish guy, Kova isn't like one of the top tier teams. Let's look at some of the teams. I guess Lyngby Vikings have been super impressive lately. Let's use this as like for looking at recent results. Elisa Invitational beating some good teams. Fanspark Ulti winning that event. Great. The K23, Namiga, Entropic, TPH Flames. These are all very good teams. And all of them Lyngby Vikings 2-0'd. Very impressive stuff. Malta Vibes, good. Sinners is doing very well in IM Fall right now, for example. So no shame in losing to them. 100% you have to consider Lyngby Vikings in this one as favorite. One win, won Malta Vibes, I believe. Let's check if I'm correct here. Yep, they won Malta Vibes Knockout Series 2. Also putting some good results in some other events. And yeah, you consider these guys as well. Gamer Legion, decent team. Don't know how high I would rate them, but amongst like teams like this, yeah, they should have a decent chance of going 3-0 or 3-1. Nemiga in this Cis RMR. Ups and downs, wouldn't you say, right? You would say, right? Of course, it's best of ones, and of course, there's a lot of high tier teams that they're playing. So when we look at this, I wouldn't consider these too much. They're freaking overtimes. Beating Entropic is great. Making it close against Navi is great. Losing to Spirit, that's roughly not good. They beat one win. That's a good result. Like, they are a very decent team as well. I think deserving of a bit of a higher rank than 56 world right now. Player prices, Lollipop and Idis Balance, I guess, would be my number 1 and 2 picks from here. I had to pick someone, and they are kind of expensive, so we'll see if I can see myself picking one of them. They are playing against like not that good tier team in AAB. We have Galaxy Racer, decent team run by Twist. Pleasant is a good player, good hooks as well. Total star, look at that headshot percentage. And Chozi is also good. Other than that, I don't have much information about the teams. Other than like H-Reds did decent, right? In I remember which event. They only lost to like Sinners. Yeah, in Malta Vibes. They got further than you would expect. But it's still like would I pick them? Probably not. I think Smille had a really good event. Not that good, I guess. But he would have like super high stats now. What about Zarte then? A legend of the Finnish game. Yeah, very decent. But not like very good or anything. And all of the others I wouldn't consider that highly. Look at like the super cheap guys. So we have Jarkko here, 62.3% headshots. How many matches is this? Like, it's a very low sample size, but not great. You look at the stats on him. He's only joined this team recently. AAB. I don't think they're gonna make it through. I would like to pick from teams that make it through mostly. We have some other super cheap guys. 168 for Basso. Isn't Basso like very young? Not that young anymore, at least. Doesn't have the greatest stats. Definitely not. Hasn't played for the last month. I don't know if Trick just have played them. Any super cheap guys on the top team? So like Calix has taken like the support role on his team. Doesn't put up the best stats, definitely. Woxic is interesting, because you would hope that Woxic would do better than this. But he's a pretty cheap AWPer. What about Lear? Yeah. I mean, Lear's stats definitely are impacted by... This is RMR, I would assume. Yeah, a fair amount. Like, I wouldn't consider these, for example. These definitely pull his rating down a bit, I would assume. I'm not sure how much. I would really hope this wasn't even counted towards ratings. I don't think it makes a difference, pretty much. What about Bird from Sky? Because, I mean, they've had a really good time recently. That's a decent rating increase recently because they've been winning. Who's the AWP on... I guess Wolfie is the AWP on Lyngby Vikings. Slightly increased stats. I mean, that's to be expected, right? Because your team is winning. You always expect there to be a decent rising ranking. Manx seems like a decent pick here, I have to say. Nice stats. It's always with Manx is kind of the question, like what kind of role do you put on him? You could consider Deco, but then you have to pick some super cheap guys. Deco is like, you don't know about Deco. This guy is insane. Just absolutely destroys this tier of opposition usually, but that also shows in his price. What you could consider is like one of these non-Deco good players on the team. Makes a lot of sense to at least consider them. Because sometimes they put up like insane stats. I know I'm looking at like last 3 months, last month stats quite a lot here. That's just because I just don't know that much about all of these players. And if there is someone who's like recently got a huge increase in stats, like Box here, then you could definitely, I already looked here, but you definitely could consider some like Box in this event. Visnamiga playing first round, yeah, AAB. These are some pretty fair looking matchups for the first round. Let's start throwing some players on there. So I'm gonna throw in Box first. Does Box have any kind of role where you would like him to be? Doesn't really have any great roles, unfortunately. Manx was looking nice to me. I could go Wolfie. And then I think Eternal Fire would make a lot of sense, like Boxic. You do want to pick from like as few teams as possible in this one. Can go him. This could become a role struggle. Duo teams seems really good. Like, what is the largest all? Are all of the Namiga guys looking a lot better lately, or just some of them? So he isn't. Lollipop, not really. What about Iris Balance then? Him neither. Not like really a lot better. If I went for Namiga, it would probably be like Box and Geo, then Manx Wolfie. And I mean, Woxic makes sense, right? How would this look role-wise though? Yeah, we have a support guy? Not really. I guess like, I don't know, Woxic would probably be main op. Or maybe Wolfie. Box, IGL, I assume. Main op, then support. I mean, it could be support, Woxic, and main op, Wolfie. Depending a bit. Also, T rating here is pretty high for an opper. Interesting. And I don't even know what to put on these two. Geo and Box. I could also just not go for like Geo, of course, but last month, like compared to last 6, it's a lot better. What about like these other teams? A lot of Gamer Legion. I haven't considered them that much here. That's a cheap opper, I have to say. That is a very cheap opper, but he's also not putting up the best stats. Isaac, I know the player, like the name. I've heard of him, but I think it makes a lot of sense to kind of go for these players who are on the up lately. Event like this where I don't have that much knowledge on their actual ability and like reason that like what you can expect of them. Yeah, so Gamer Legion's kind of doing as good as you would expect of them. Box and Geo. I do like the idea of Linkby Vikings. I think that makes sense to me. 105 grand. Maybe you don't go for anyone from Eternal Fire. The thing is that so many people are going Eternal Fire, right? That it could make sense to go non-Eternal Fire here. Fear has been picked a lot. For why? It's just because he's cheap. He's cheap. Is he like new on the team? Not like super new. Played for a while for them. I don't think I want to pick anyone from these teams. I just don't think it's worth. And Woxic makes the most sense here if I want to pick with these players. Also, like, there's no headshot guy really on these top teams. Just there. So Calyx would be kind of a headshot guy, but I think he's clearly been given kind of the supportive role, which makes him kind of undesirable. Oh my god, it's a drop off in stats. But yeah, that definitely makes it less likely for you to pick him. Oh my god, Centaurus. Centaurus is absolutely destroying his opposition right now. Like last 6 months 1.18, last 3 1.26, 1.3, and they have played a decent amount against like opposition of around this tier. And just better the worse the opposite. I think I want to pick Centaurus. it becomes difficult to fit him in. I think Box definitely makes sense if he goes on Taras, but it might be like Calyx. Go for then. Then we don't have an Auper right now. Oh yeah, Lear could be a good pick then. There's the cheap guys from Namiga, and then Lontaris Voxic. Who is Duffu, and does he have improved stats over the last? Not really. Wolfie is like 1 grand off. That would be sick if I got that team. Lear is pretty popular, but I think he also makes sense to some extent for this. This is becoming like a super popular team, I feel. Not like 100%, like Box isn't very picked, although he's got pretty good stats lately. Like a lot better than 189k's worth. Yeah, I can actually pick from any team. Like Polt isn't a bad pick if he's doing decently. He's doing decently, but I'd like him to do even better. God damn it, it would be so nice to get him. What if you don't go Box? Go like Lear and Geo, for example. Then you can get Bird from Sky, but still leaves 5k in the bank. I don't know if that's that great of an idea. I like Box, but we don't go Lear. What if you... I mean, I was already looking at this earlier, but yeah, you don't quite get anyone who you'd like that much. What if you don't go Voxic? What if you go, I mean, that's the problem, right? Like, I don't know if Calyx is really the best pick for this. He's got a nice headshot or support round. Would give that supportive element. 102 grand. Go like Manx. How would this work role wise? So we'd have like headshots. I don't know. Multi-kill maybe. Box IGL Geo. Yeah. Something. PT rating maybe. And then Manx is like the real problem, I guess, where I don't know what the hell I would put him on. Can I go for this? 225. No one really worth it. Like, this could be a deco kind of gambit if you go Box, Lear, Calyx, deco. Deco is insane, but the prices, I don't think the price is worth it. I think Zantares is probably better. Like, there's no one really worth the 225. This... Oh. Sorry, that was this click. Really no one... Eternal Fire really fills that void. What if you just go Duffy? Duffel. He's just not got like... You have like an entry guy. Box could actually be entry. How did I look at it? The entry Box. Nice. Alex. Wait, no, not Calyx. I was looking at Duffel. I think I still just go Dafu probably. Just looks like a decent team to me. Get to go Zantares Voxic. Let's see how it looks. We go main op. Oh no, sorry, wrong guy. Guessing multi-fragger is best. 90% total. Yeah. Multi makes the most sense. Box was looking like a decent entry. Yeah. Lear, probably IGL. Dafu. 80%. Headshots. How high was the headshot percentage? 52.9. That's decent. Yeah, I think this makes the most sense here. We can throw boosters for first round. Cool. Zantares versus Kova. Kova's gonna be like one of the easier teams they face. Voxic is a higher 30 bump guy. Say Zantares. I mean, Voxic gets 30. I'm guessing Lear is. Yeah, but this is also like Nemigas, one of the easiest. Like one of the easiest matchups he gets. 100% pistol. Okay, sure. Let's do that here. Makes sense. Illuminar is okay-ish, I guess. Clutch. Yeah, Voxic's clutch guy. Antares top of scorecard. Danger actually Dafu. Okay, that makes sense to me. This one. Who has the highest headshots? Yeah, but Antares has better chances of getting higher headshot percentage. ASD. Best on Voxic. Flash. Man, Voxic 25% flash. Flash assists. Ace. Zantares 11% ace. That one on someone. Date. Lear. Yeah, but probably on like next round or so. Bottom of scorecard. Lear, but later. Clutch. I'm trying to look for something for Lear and Box, I guess. Where they shine. I guess Rambo on Box is fine. And Bait is like fine for Lear as well. But maybe not this round. I guess we hope that he's gonna get a lot of entry frags against AAB. And like he's gonna throw Lear Bitskins. I think that's decent. I just have to throw on some rolls. After the first round, Monday they play all. Then after that, we have to throw on some more boosters. So there's a couple days still. Okay. Yeah, that's it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. I am gonna make a fantasy league for the channel again. It's gonna be in the description down below, so just go join and throw whichever lineup you want in there. And yeah, let's see who's gonna be the best in that league. I wanted to take a look at some, yeah, because we're doing it right now for this one. This is my team. It's not doing that hot. It's actually worst right now in this one. Let's see. This is the best team so far. Yeah, with Device doing super well. Jax for the prize as well as LNZ. That's a good looking team, honestly. How does this fare against like the top teams in the prize league? How many points do you need there? 461, so it's not quite there, but yeah, good on you. And if you want to be at the top of the standings for this league, in my league, just make your lineup in the description down below. Either way, I will see you in the next one.